Hey everybody, my name is DJ Lou, and yes, I understand you're going through just the headaches of picking a venue, a photographer, a videographer, the caterer. But I want to give you some tips and ideas of what to ask a DJ as you're researching for that. So let's go. So I see this a bit on Facebook posts, Reddit posts, and whatnot. People who put an inquiry about a wedding DJ or other professional, but forget to put the wedding date. This is pretty critical because there are a lot of solo operations that are out there that can only ever do one event per day. So it's pretty critical to put that. Yes, there are plenty of outfits that can serve multiple dates, but still, good thing to put that wedding date out there so people know. The second thing I see is people forget to mention which venue they've chosen, and especially for a DJ, this may incur some additional costs depending where it's at, if it's at great distance to that DJ, or if there's complications about them loading into those locations. So be sure to mention what venue they're at. A great question to ask a wedding DJ is, how long have you been a wedding DJ? There are plenty of DJs out there that have never done a wedding, and that's something you have to judge if that's what you would like. But be mindful that a wedding DJ, there's a lot of things just going on. I actually have a video as well of all the intricacies and details that a wedding DJ really has to follow. But it's always great to know how much experience they have, because that could really translate into some great things about your wedding. So a great question to ask a solo operation is, what happens if you are unavailable for that day? Now, I am very fortunate. There's a great network of DJs in my area that I consistently throw leads to when I'm not available. God forbid, if I was laid up in the hospital or something worse, that I can rely on this network of people to fill in and throw their hands up to say, hey, yeah, I would love to take this event. Make sure that those DJs have a great network to work with, so this gives you an ease of mind if something were to happen. Another great question to ask, what are your references? This is social proof. You want to make sure that the person you hired has had a great track record from before. I happen to take all my reviews from, say, Google, Facebook, Yelp, Wedding Wire, Knot, Zola, all these sources, and I actually put them on my website for convenience. But check those sources, read those reviews, get a sense of the purpose, the excellence that they've brought to those events, and how that DJ can bring that same thing to your event. Definitely, read at least a few, try to get a good sense of what this DJ is going to provide. Now, with technology so ingrained into DJing now, you should really ask them what their technology strategies are specifically for backup. What happens if a piece of equipment fails? What happens if a song stops playing at a very critical time, like your first dance? You want to see what their reactions are, see what their strategies. I happen to have multiple modes of backup, and any competent wedding DJ really should have that in their arsenal now. In addition to backups, I also have personal investments in technology that allows me to broadcast sound way remote in various locations. It gives me a lot of flexibility. My ceremony setup, I have multiple microphone capabilities. Think of all these things that may be necessary for your event. Now, speaking of ceremony services, not every DJ has actually invested to be able to do things like ceremony services, and some that do, they're kind of half-assing it. Make sure to ask the important questions of what actually happens during the ceremony, what they actually provide, so you get a better understanding and make sure that what your desires and expectations are fulfilled. And with the convenience of technology, a lot of DJs now are relying on streaming only, as filling in a request that they might not have is a great service to have, but to rely on it exclusively, this is just not going to work well. What happens if Wi-Fi goes out? What happens if that service goes down? You want to make sure that that DJ has invested in a local curated library of files, just to make sure that they're not going to leave you high and dry on your special day. You should always ask your DJ and any other professional, what do I get in my contract? If they say they don't have a contract, run. Now, competent wedding DJs will provide additional things like forms, some of them online, some of them by paper, to be able to help plan out your wedding. Now, this isn't, of course, an encapsulation of everything, but this kind of focuses on the entertainment aspects of this. If you do not have a DJ provide you with something like this, maybe you should walk away, because it is absolutely critical to figure out all the particulars of the day. And the DJ controls the ebb and flow. And if they don't know what's going on, or if they miscue something, this could throw everybody in disarray. Now, you're going to be interviewing potentially a ton of people here. You should always ask what makes them unique, what makes them stand out. Is it their investments? Is it their personality? Is it their experience at the particular venue that you're working with? Is it, again, the people that they've worked with before that you may be working with? These are all big clues on how your day could end up panning out. Now, let's talk about budget. It is the last thing to consider here. Important, everybody of course has a budget, but I want to really stress on the idea that a quality wedding DJ is not going to come cheap. They're just really not. You do get what you pay for here in the end. So make sure that you appropriate a proper amount of budget. Some say 10%, some say more, some say less. Check to see, as you're interviewing all these people, where those budgets are falling, and also gauge, like, again, their capabilities and experience and all that, and see what's worth it for you in the end. Well, there's a video, and I really hope you liked it. Thanks again so much for watching. For those newlyweds that are watching this, I'm sure you're going to pick the right DJ, and I truly wish you an eternity of happiness and all. Check out my other videos as well. Hopefully that'll give you additional information. Thanks again.